Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Breakthrough Blocks and Reinvent. This is a jumpstart platform for women 40 plus who would like to get clarity, take some steps, and reinvent themselves. I'm Mitta Wise. I'm an empowerment practitioner. I'm in New Zealand, originally from, I'm in Los Angeles, originally from New Zealand. But today we have a wonderful speaker, and her name is Lopez. And her topic today is make space for magic. I love it. Welcome, Lay.
Hi, Mita. Hello. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. I'm so happy and I'm so glad to be here.
Yes, and we're very grateful to have you too. So let me tell the viewers a little bit about you, okay? So Lay Lopez is a success coach for aspiring and purpose-driven entrepreneurs who want to discover their destiny and tap into their zone of genius so they can create a fulfilling and profitable business using personalized client attraction strategies. As a transformational coach specializing in Chinese metaphysics, she blends practical business strategy and alignment to your destiny code and potential. Her holistic approach empowers you to stay true to who you are and grow the business that works for you according to your own energy blueprint. Wonderful. So, Lay, can you tell us a little bit about you, your story, your background, what got you to where you are today?
Well, I'm one of your audiences, like 40 plus.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Tell me about my age already. I left corporate 3 years ago. So after 19 years, almost 19 years in the corporate world, I started my own practice as a consultant. So I'm a Chinese metaphysics consultant. I practice feng shui. I do destiny analysis. I do date selection. So, well, I'm a Filipino. So hello from the Philippines. But yeah, but I didn't grow up like thinking I'll be a feng shui practitioner. Like most people, my interest in Chinese astrology started in reading annual Chinese New Year forecasts. Until that time that when I lost my job, and that led me to search about what my purpose in life is. So, well, we could call that like quarter life crisis, right? So I embarked in spiritual cultivation as I was searching for my true self. It was like finding meaning in my life, and at the same time, I was deeply interested in feng shui and destiny analysis. So it actually became a hobby for almost 10 years, and then in 2017, I discovered that there are actual courses that I can take to formally study Chinese metaphysics. So I did that, and then I left. And then when I said, "Oh, I can do this," like, well, when I did it, I just wanted to study it for myself to be able to understand myself. But then and I said, well, I think I can do it as like my a work, like this is a different path that I think I enjoy and I can explore and I can help people with. So I left corporate 3 years ago, so it's 2019, and I started coaching and consulting. So yeah, so here am I now.
That's exciting, and it's exciting to see your journey. And tell us a little bit about you today, your work today as a transformational coach using Chinese metaphysics. It's very interesting.
Yeah, so like I combine, my work is based on the study of Chinese metaphysics that influences our destiny. So I combine coaching, I combine consulting with Chinese metaphysics. So we call it, there's a philosophy that we call it heaven, earth, man, or the cosmic trinity in Chinese metaphysics. So it's about our destiny, and that we're saying there are three parts that influences that determine the outcome of the events in our lives and ultimately our destiny. So I'd like to share this with you. So the first one is heaven luck, and heaven luck is predetermined the day we are born. So it's something like we cannot change simply because we don't have control over it. Like, for instance, we cannot choose our parents, our siblings, our circumstances of our birth. So we call this the wheel of heaven. And then the second part, so the 33.33% is man luck. So it's basically, it pertains to us and the things that we have control over, like our actions, our thoughts, our emotions. So it's like basically how we choose to live, right? So it means that while we cannot change the life map that are given to us at birth, we are still able to choose how we wish to walk through life and choose what to do or what not to do. So it's still up to us to still make informed decisions in our actions and our choices by taking advantage of the positive periods in our lives, and we take fewer risks during negative times. So that's the second part. And then the last, one third, okay, of what comprises our destiny is earth luck. So this refers to where we live. It's the influence of our environment to our destiny. So so we call this feng shui. Okay, so when I learned this philosophy, I felt empowered knowing that I have 66% capacity to change my fate or change my destiny by using feng shui to assist in my goals, and generally to improve the quality of my life. And at the same time, man luck, so I can exercise my free will through our actions. And so these are the two factors that increases our law of attraction, right? As we say it, by 66%. So if I speak with what are the modalities that I use, so I work with my clients using their Destiny Wealth Blueprint. So it's the foundation of your which is like 4 pillars of destiny or Chinese astrology, and then feng shui, so for the earth luck. And there's another study, we call it Qi Men Dunja. This is for date and time selection, or how do you manifest in your business. It means like doing the right thing at the right time. So it enables you to map out what are the opportunities available, and then you can determine like when to take the appropriate action according to your own energetic blueprint. So so there's 3 components. It's like, okay, where are you now in your life based on your Destiny Wealth Blueprint? It's like who you are. And then how can you say, if you have like bad, chart, how can you improve? Or like, how can you co-create your own destiny using support of your home environment, and also like how much effort you can take, okay? Taking actions to be able to co-create your destiny.
I
So
love
there.
that. So interesting. Do you want to tell us anything more about the Destiny Wealth Blueprint?
Yeah, so it's my signature framework of how one can identify not only how you are natural built to create and attract money, but also what are your limitations, what are your behaviors, what are your subconscious patterns that are holding you back from making money or from your financial destiny. So it starts with your energetic blueprint based on your birth date, your time of birth. Then how can you leverage your actions or your strategies with external opportunities ahead in your life path? So what's the use? Okay, so at the basic level, because our destiny chart, it acts like a map that shows what are opportunities and challenges that lay ahead of us in our career, in our wealth, in our relationships, in our personal life. But among the things I really love from a person's destiny chart is identifying timelines. So like where a person is now in his or her life. And then the other is, how can you determine your zone of genius? Like what are your innate personality traits, your talents, what's your path to wealth? So you don't have to constantly experiment with different ways of making money to see what works for you.
Well, that's also very interesting. So tell us a little bit more about those path and timelines. Like, what do you mean by those? How does that work?
So each person is unique. So using one's destiny blueprint, we can identify when, like say what age or what year, when a person is in transition. So like we have like 10 years, like every 10 years, we have a certain life theme that generally governs or influences our fate. So, but it's different for everybody. It's not like 1 to 10 years old or 21 to 30 years old. It's different for everyone. So when I read my client's destiny chart, the first thing I look at is where he or she is now in his life cycle, and then advise how, how she can co-create their destiny. So because once destiny blueprint can indicate conflicts. So when a person is in transition, we know when a person is going through midlife crisis, when a person is going through quarter life crisis, when a person goes through challenging times, but also timelines when everything is in flow or life seems easier. So yeah, usually when it's like we're in transition, that's the time that you feel there's a different shift in energy. That's how you feel. Like a lot of people feel uncertain of the future. They don't know what's the direction. So you can easily identify that, and then like people would be instead of like being depressed of what's happening in my life, why do I feel like this, I would explain to them that, hey, here you are now. That's normal because you are in transition. So that I am able to help them navigate what's happening in their life easily because of understanding of where are they now in terms of their life path, and then in terms of their timelines.
So you mentioned quarter life and midlife crisis. How do you have any more coping tips or things that you'd like to share with us that you use your destiny wealth blueprint with?
Yeah, I particularly, wanted to mention this particularly for your audiences, because it depends on what you are going through. Like, what aspect of your life are you stuck? Like you feel lost, or where do you feel out of alignment? So your destiny wealth blueprint can provide guidance on what store for you in the present and then in the future. So you get to choose and you can make decisions on what to do next. So, especially during these uncertain times where a lot of people are anxious about their future, you can use your destiny chart as a guide. Okay. And you can align your intentions to a path of least resistance. So you can also navigate risk and how do you make the most of opportunities that are ahead of you. So basically, you are knowing when is the best time to take actions on your plans, as well as when to just lie low and you just take it easy. So it's about having that awareness and being more in charge of your life and your circumstances.
You mentioned to me something about the zone of genius. Tell us more. Inquiring hearts and minds want to know.
Yeah, this is like a reminder. Like a lot of people, when they go through like quarter life or midlife crisis, like we are searching. So that for me was very specific in helping me like find the path where I am happy, like my work now, because like we say people's performance consists of like it's a mixture of our skills, our strengths, our talents, and then when all of our talents, when all of our skills are aligned, we are in our zone of genius. So so the things in your zone of genius are the things that are uniquely good at in the world, and that what you love to do so much that you feel like time, the space, or they likely disappear when you do them. So this is where you can add most value to the world and yourself. So this is where you should be driving toward, spending most, if not all of your time. So we're talking about reinvention, right? At this stage in our life. So for us, I think the message of finding your zone of genius means how are we specifically designed to specific, if like at this age we still would want to say build a legacy, still build wealth. So our zone of genius means how are we specifically designed to generate wealth according to our destiny blueprint. So you can also look at it to rediscover, right? It's a part of rediscovering what you are meant to do, and then you achieve that is aligned to your authentic self. So for me, tapping into your zone of genius involves, well, first finding your passion. Right? I'm sure a lot of your speakers talk about that. How do you understand your true self, your true calling? And then how do you reinvent yourself by understanding, what are my hidden strengths? What are my natural talents? And then the third, which I particularly like, is how do you develop high income skills that determines your path to wealth, so that you don't have to constantly experiment with different ways of making money to see what works for you. And the sooner that we awaken our inner strengths and consistently use our zone of genius, the sooner we get into the path of success. So if you still feel that at this point in your life, that you're still like searching, okay, what is my value? It's just always go back to your, like, look at your talents, look at your skills, look at your strengths, and that's using your zone of genius. So there.
Yeah, great. And how do people know this? How do people learn it? How do they discover it? How do they know it?
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of your speakers who talk about their different modalities of rediscovering yourself or finding out your soul plan. For me, it's my main modality is using 4 pillars of destiny. But of course, it starts with awareness of oneself. You make an inventory of all the skills that you're good at. You become more conscious of what are your obvious, what are your hidden talents, and what you enjoy doing. But if you still feel stuck, or you feel lost, you're wondering what your zone of genius or your hidden talents according to your destiny blueprint, then, well, of course, I could help you, or you can seek other people's help. Yeah.
Yeah, right. What other ways can we gain clarity, feel more empowered using your Chinese metaphysics?
Yes. So here today I want to share about feng shui. So in case of some haven't heard of it yet, well, feng shui is a study pioneered by the ancient Chinese, and that deals with harnessing what are environmental energies that that can help us to enhance our lives. So it's about finding the chi, or the life force energy, and connecting to this energy flow to benefit us or to serve our goals. There are actually different schools of feng shui, but what I practice is called classical feng shui. And there's we calculate flying, we call it flying stars, which is about how what are dynamic, what are permanent energies affecting our home or workspace environment. But basically, we're talking about chi, we're talking about the life force energy. So that's why I said make space for magic. So you can make space for magic using feng shui. So chi is natural, meaning it can't be manufactured. So like I can tell you, there's absolutely no need to buy Lucky Charms, elephants, any trinkets, or any symbolism to boost your energy, because it doesn't produce or generate chi. So the philosophy of feng shui is really simple. Where's the good chi? How do you tap into that? And then how do you circulate that into your home? So okay, this by itself is a wide topic to talk about, but what I want to share with you today is that there's a way you can make your home environment supportive of you personally. So I'll give you one tip. Okay.
Sure.
So different people will have different reactions or connections to a certain property. So it's the residents of the house have that affinity or correlates to a certain property. So using our destiny blueprint, we can align to certain energies in our home. We can either activate our dormant talents. It can support us, or the other way around. If that's why they're saying there are houses that are not compatible with the residents. So it's somehow there's like really bad things happening in one after another, or it can also suppress the abilities of a person. So here it goes. I need you to either pause this video and calculate your personal life star number using the link I will give you. So I will make sure that I'm going to provide Mitta with this link where you can find out what is your life star number, so according to your destiny blueprint. And then you can come back to this recording, or you can just continue, write down the numbers, and then take notes of what I will tell you. So based on the number, based on your date of birth, your life star number can be anywhere from 1 to 9, and each sector corresponds to a certain sector of your house. So what you need to do is once you know your lifestyle number, you find out what is in the sector of your home that corresponds to this number. So your lifestyle number is one aspect of your personal energy blueprint that we take into consideration when it comes to feng shui. So I think, Mita, I should, to be able for you to relate, I should plot your birth date so I could share this with you. Would you mind giving me your birth date, or we'll just...
You turned it off?
Which one?
Yeah. Okay. So, well, I'll just give any birth date. How's that? So I'll say 9/10.
Okay.
9/10/66.
Say 1966.
9/10/66. So that would be the 10th of September, 1966.
Okay.
You don't have to block it because I'm
okay.
I'm making it up.
You made it. Okay, you made this up, right?
Yeah.
So based on this birth date, the lifestyle number is 8. Okay, so that's the lifestyle number. So at the basic level, your lifestyle number indicates your identity or stability. So somehow, whatever is happening to this location, so it corresponds to different compass directions in your house. So whatever is happening to this location or a certain sector in your house affects how you think or how connected are you to your home. So for example, lifestyle 8 corresponds to the northeast. So what I wanted to do is like find out where's the northeast. So if my lifestyle number is 8, I will find what is in the northeast sector of my house. Lifestyle number 1. So let's go with what are the lifestyle numbers first. So lifestyle number 1 corresponds to the north sector. Star number 2 is in the southwest. Star number 3 is in the east. Star 4 is in the southeast. Star 6 is in the northwest. The 7 is in the west. 8 is in the northeast, and lifestyle number 9 is in the south. So for example, my lifestyle number is 4. So, and my identity or stability direction is the southeast. So whatever is happening in the southeast sector of my home somehow affects me. So what we as feng shui practitioners prefer is that you have this identity sector present. So it's like not a missing sector in the house, and then it's free of clutter. So like look at that. So say number 8 is your identity sector, and you look at the northeast sector in your home, and it's like full of garbage. It's like all cluttered. So most likely the effect is you're like a confused person. So I'm
glad I made it up.
Yeah, so that's like the effect. So we want our own identity or stability sector clean as much as possible. It is not missing in the house. So because whatever is happening there, it's like related to us. So that's one aspect of feng shui that how can we use. So why I wanted to share this with your audience is because we're talking about clarity, right? So we're talking about reinventing ourselves. So that's one basic thing. Like how do you make sure that your personal energy, you're connected to the house, and see like what can make it, that what difference can it make, like if you are just taking care of this sector in your home, right? So there.
That's so valuable, Lei. Thank you. And tell us some other tips. I know you have a few more on how to use energetics to reinvent ourselves and create our desired results. I know you have a few more tucked in there.
Yeah, so we talk about our destiny chart. We talk about a bit about feng shui, and another aspect is, I'm a firm believer in the concept of timing. So like we do the right thing at the right time, and that if we are aware of how time affects us, we can deliver high value when we are at peak state and become more effective. So for myself, I use power timings and strategic executions for business. So it means like aligning with certain time and the space to tap into auspicious timings and directions that are suitable for activities that I need to do for my business. So for example, making launches, making deals, client meetings, and even manifestations. But meanwhile, if you want to create consistent results, especially when you're in the process of reinventing yourself or creating a new identity, we're in the process of, we want to learn new skills, right? And we want to do it fast and more effective. I want to share with you my maximum productivity tips. I called it like that, according to your own energetic blueprint. So basically, it's like finding out what are 3 to 5 things that you need to do every day that will enable us, to achieve our goals. So for example, like we are shifting, or at this point in our life that we want to, build a new career, like, or most people are into coaching now or in consulting, and we are studying and acquiring new skills. So once you like learning is a priority, for example, or like just identifying what are the top activities that you need to do. So first, you think this through for yourself, and then here's what you get, what it gets exciting. Once you identify what are your like priority activities that you need to do consistently, you plan and create time blocks according to your personal energetic blueprint. So determine this. For example, you want to learn consistently. So there's a way, like using your energetic blueprint, there are certain hours in the day where you are more productive, where it's like I call it intelligence hour. So yeah, so I take myself for example. So in my business, several things are important to me, like learning and creativity. I'm sure also for you, right? So we need to allocate time for our studies, learning new skills. At the same time, how can we be creative? So how do I apply this maximum productivity? How do I call it focus hours, right? So based on my personal energy, I use my intelligence hours, as I call it, for studying, for reading, or any activity that I need to learn fast. And then creative hours. So we use this for writing, we use this for strategizing, or doing any work where I need to express myself. So of course, there are certain hours according to your own energetic blueprint that are good for self-care. This is a certain time that's good for networking or making connections, even wealth hours. But it's unique for each person because it is based on your destiny chart. So well, the key to success of this method is that you are working in specific time segments for you to plan your activities in a fixed time period. So you can like do it every day. And then you can set aside like 60 minutes, 2 hours, or 4 hours type segments where you can use this to work on whatever are your important tasks that you need to do consistently there.
Wonderful. That's been so inspiring and so interesting because it's a different niche for us. It's wonderful. I know you have a free gift. Would you like to tell us about it?
Yeah, so I wanted to share with you, I talk about maximum productivity using your focus hours. So this is my free gift. It's this is an info sheet, a free download where you can find out what are your focus hours based on your 4 pillars of destiny. So this is I can tell you the fastest and the easiest way to reveal insights to your true nature and your destiny wealth DNA. So I'm here in this download. I'm also like giving you information of going back, understanding your true nature, not necessarily your zone of genius, but at least going back to understanding yourself. So I included that there. And then of course, how to use focus hours for yourself based on your destiny blueprint, how do you develop high income skills? What else? It gives you a snapshot of what makes you successful, how you can maximize your potential, how do you create a purposeful and if you're in the process of like you want to build something profitable, you want to build a fulfilling business, so you can do this according to your energetic blueprint. So I gave like the examples, so you can find that out and you can try, like use your focus hours for everything that for your priority tasks, so according to your energetic blueprint.
Thank you. We're very lucky to get your free gift, and it'll be very interesting, I think, for all of us and the viewers. So viewers, make sure you go to Lay's, all of her links, they're below the interview there, and just go connect with her, go to her sites, take her free gift, just really make the most of this time with her and really delve deep with her, see what she has to offer and how it can truly help you. So Lay, thank you so much. This has been Lay Lopez, and I'm Mitta Wise, and we're here at this summit called Breakthrough, Blocks and Reinvent. Thank you, Lay, so much. I've really enjoyed the interview and everything you have to offer.
You're welcome, Mitta. It's a pleasure. Thank you very much for allowing me to share my modality to your audience. Thank you very much.
Any brief last words of wisdom?
Let's all remember that all of us are unique. Each person is unique, and that we can't turn our weaknesses or into strengths or create talent if there's nothing. So all of these are innate to us, and that you focus on finding out what's your zone of genius. You shift them into a role that is better aligned with your innate gift. So yeah, it's fun to be able to lead a more fulfilled life by finding out who you really are. So that's what I want to say.
Thank you so much, Lay. That was Lay Lopez. I'm Mitta Wise, and we're wrapping up this interview. Bye, everybody.
Bye.